Hey, what's up, everybody? We are officially 1 week into Lent, and I hope it's going really, really well. I decided not to post anything last week because I was sick. I had this annoying cold, and nobody wants to see that. But I really wanted to share with you guys some thoughts I have now that we're officially a week into Lent, and just to kind of ask you, how's it going? Is it going good? Is it going bad? Are you miserable a week into Lent, or do you find yourself being rejuvenated and feeling really good? Whatever the case may be, wherever you're at, I'm telling you it's okay. We need to keep going. But a question that I wanted to pose, and something that is really relevant to me, especially in the past couple years of my Lenten journeys, is what are the immediate results of my fasting for whatever I'm doing, or whether it's adding on or giving up. So last year, my then fiance, now wife, and we decided to do this really intense fast. It was kind of similar to this Exodus 90 thing that's going on right now. We were doing like bread and water fast every Wednesday and Friday, no social media, no TV, no alcohol, like trying to be this really intense fast. You're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be really good for us to, purge us of all these things. And about 3 or 4 weeks into Lent, give or take, we were finding that Wednesdays we were okay, the first day of bread and water fasting, but then Fridays we struggled a bit. And not that we struggled to just not eat, even though, yeah, that was annoying. The hard part for us was actually being charitable, was being kind, was being loving in our words, especially, and in our way we react towards people on those days of the second day of the fast. And what happened was a week or so after that, we both decided to go to confession, and we both happened to speak to the same priest, a really awesome, really holy parish priest named Father Scott. And he gave some really great advice. He said, if your fast is making you a jerk, you should probably consider revising it or editing it, or stopping even. And now don't hear what I'm not saying. If you gave up a sin for Lent, this is not permission to, well, Chase said if I'm being a jerk, I give it up. No, if you gave up a very serious, very valid sin, don't quit, don't go back, don't give up. But if you decided to take that extra step this Lenten season, whether it was fasting from some kind of food or drink or doing something extra, then as you progress this Lent, continue to ask yourself, how am I doing? Because it's going to be one or two things. Either if you're struggling to be kind, to be charitable, to not be a jerk, then say, is this something I can really consciously control? Is this something I can start correcting immediately? Or am I just not ready for this intensive a fast? That's something that we had to decide about halfway through last Lent. Was we gave up the Wednesday fast for bread and water. We only did one bread and water fast because, quite frankly, I wasn't ready. I wasn't strong enough. Neither of us were. We Fridays we were struggling. We weren't being charitable. We weren't being kind. We weren't living our best version of ourselves, and that kind of defeats the purpose of that extra fast. So wherever you're at in this Lenten journey right now, we're only a week in, but continue to ask yourself this question. Is my Lenten fast, is whatever I'm doing for Lent, is it making me a jerk, or is it making me a better person? If it's making me a better person, great, keep doing it. If it's making you a jerk, then ask yourself, is it something extra or something necessary? Obviously, if it's something necessary, then you got to push through. You got to beg for the grace that to continue to persevere, to quit this sin, this vice, and to ask for your brothers and sisters for help, to be accountable, to really push through. But if it's extra, if it's the extra thing you're doing, and if you're a few weeks in and you are being a jerk all the time, then try to correct it. Try to not be a jerk. But then ask yourself, are you strong enough? And I think that sometimes it's very humbling to say, I'm not spiritually ready for this kind of intense fast. And that's okay. I'm giving you permission. I'm not a priest. I have really no authority. But I'm giving you permission to admit that you're not strong enough for a particular kind of fast. Now, I'm not saying just stop all fasting altogether, but reevaluate. Maybe change it up a little bit, or maybe ask some close family and friends for other things that you can do, whatever it is. But just your Lenten fast shouldn't make you a worse person. It's basically what I'm trying to say. It shouldn't make you a jerk. So I've said the word jerk a lot in this YouTube video, more than I intended on doing. But you get my point. So I pray that you continue to persevere during this Lenten season, that if what you've given up for Lent, if it was a necessity and you're struggling with it, then continue to push through. We're only a weekend, but this is possible. This is something that needs to be done. But if it was that extra thing, then do it well. Do it with virtue. Do it with joy. Don't be a jerk. And Jesus said, don't be like the scribes and Pharisees who like wail and moan and say, woe is me for whatever you're giving up and treating others poorly. No, as Jesus says, anoint your head. Don't appear to be fasting so that others may see you and be like all impressed. If you're one of the people doing like this Exodus 90 thing, good on you. But like, don't go being like, yo world, I'm doing Exodus 90. Or if it comes to Easter and you did Exodus 90, don't be like, yo, I did Exodus 90. Because that kind of defeats the purpose of doing something like that. It's great. I'm not bashing Exodus 90. Do it if you feel like you need to. But just continue to examine yourself every single night before bed this Lenten season to see how you're doing, to see how we can get better, to grow in virtue, to grow in charity, to grow in love for Jesus Christ our Lord. Thanks for watching, y'all. See you next time.